All right, so you're taking that big leap, starting a business in Illinois.
Huge congrats on that, by the way.
Definitely a big step. And you're doing your research, getting everything lined up, and it looks like you've stumbled across something interesting.
Yeah, definitely intriguing.
This idea of forming an LLC for free.
Oh, yeah, that's caught a lot of people's attention.
So today we're going to deep dive into what this free LLC service really means, especially for someone just starting out like you.
Sounds good.
For our listeners out there, an LLC that stands for Limited Liability Company,
Right?
and it's basically like a legal shield protecting your personal assets, keeping your business stuff separate from your personal finances.
Exactly. It's super important to have that separation, especially when you're first starting out.
For sure.
You don't want to put your personal assets like your house or car at risk.
Right. Imagine you're running your business and something happens, someone slips and falls at your storefront.
Oh, that's the classic example.
Exactly. Could they come after your personal savings because of a business mishap?
That's a very valid concern, and that's exactly where an LLC comes in.
So that's a huge relief to hear. Now let's talk about this free LLC service.
All right, let's get into it.
I know you've been looking into this. It's from a website called incauthority.com, right?
That's the one, yeah. They're making a lot of noise with this offer to handle the basic LLC formation paperwork for free.
Free is always a good price.
Especially when you're starting out and every penny counts, right? But there's always that little voice in the back of your head.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, what's the catch?
Exactly. So let's break it down. What's the deal with incauthority.com?
Well, they seem to be legit. They're offering to take care of that initial paperwork, the articles of organization that you need to file with the state.
Okay, so they handle that part for free.
That's the main thing. But that's where you got to be careful and read the fine print.
All right, what should we be watching out for?
Well, even though they do the basic stuff for free, there might be other fees that pop up later.
Oh, like what?
Things like registered agent service, which is required in Illinois.
Right? I remember reading about that.
Or maybe you want to speed up the filing process.
Oh, and pay extra for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might also try to upsell you on other services that you may or may not actually need.
So it's like the classic get you in the door kind of thing.
You got it. So it's crucial to really compare their pricing for these extras to what other companies are offering.
Do your homework.
Yeah, definitely shop around.
So speaking of costs, I know Illinois has a state filing fee for setting up an LLC.
Right?
Does that still apply, even if I use this free service?
That's a great question, and the answer is yes.
Oh, so it's not actually completely free then?
Well, the state filing fee is separate from anything incauthority.com charges. You pay that directly to the Illinois Secretary of State.
Okay, so they're basically just covering their own labor costs for the paperwork.
Exactly.
I see.
Hmm.
You know, another thing I found interesting was this requirement to publish a notice in a local newspaper.
Oh, yeah, that one throws people off sometimes.
Seems kind of old school in this digital age.
I know, right? Like, who even reads newspapers anymore?
Exactly. So what's the point of that?
Well, legally speaking, it's a way to officially inform the public about the formation of your LLC.
Like a public announcement?
Yeah, kind of like a transparency thing. It might seem like a hassle, but skipping this step could cause problems later on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, potentially even mess with your LLC's legal standing.
So no cutting corners there. Okay, so back to the free LLC service.
Right.
Besides the potential hidden costs, any other downsides for someone like you just starting out?
One thing to consider is the level of support you'll get. Since it's free, you're probably dealing with a more automated system.
So less hand-holding.
Yeah, exactly. If you're comfortable figuring things out yourself and doing your research, it might work out fine.
But if you want someone to guide you through the process?
Then you might be better off with a traditional lawyer or a paid LLC formation service where you can get more personalized advice.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Now, what about the tax side of things? Does forming an LLC in Illinois have any advantages there?
Absolutely. One of the big perks of an LLC is the flexibility it gives you with taxes. You can choose to be taxed as a sole proprietorship or a partnership, meaning profits and losses pass through to your personal income, or you can opt to be taxed as a corporation.
Oh, so you have options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A tax professional can help you figure out the best structure for your specific situation.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Okay.
So last question. You know, I mentioned I'm thinking about expanding to other states eventually.
Yeah, that's smart to think ahead.
If I form an LLC in Illinois now, how does that affect doing business in other states later on?
Great question. Forming an LLC in Illinois gives you protection and benefits within the state.
Right. Makes sense.
But if you want to operate in other states, you'll need to register as a foreign LLC in those states.
Oh, I see.
And there are usually additional costs and requirements involved with that.
So more paperwork.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something to consider as part of your long-term plans.
For sure. I don't want any surprises down the road.
Ex
This has been super helpful. So it seems like forming an LLC in Illinois is a must for protecting your personal assets.
Couldn't agree more.
And there might even be some tax advantages, too.
Definitely worth exploring.
This free service from IncAuthority.com could be a good option for someone like you starting out and watching their budget.
Yeah, it's a good starting point.
But as we discussed, it's crucial to read the fine print, compare costs, and figure out if you need more personalized support.
Oh, great points.
And always think ahead about your future growth and those expansion plans. Good luck with your new business.
Best of luck. You got this.